Hello, as a part of Municipal and Industrial Wastewater Engineering, in Module 4, we are discussing about industrial wastewater treatment. As a first part, we discussed about the difference between industrial and domestic wastewater. Now, we'll continue with the methods of industrial wastewater treatment. You're going to have different methods so that we can able to reduce wastewater. Maybe volume reduction, strength reduction, and removal of suspended solids, organic, inorganic materials, and others. As I mentioned earlier, industrial wastewater containing different characteristics on depending on type of wastewater originating. First method we'll discuss on volume reduction. That means at the beginning only we are going to reduce the volume of the waste which is going to originate. The volume reduction method is classified into different types where we can able to reduce. First one, classification of waste, conservation of wastewater, change in the production to decrease waste, and reusing of both industrial and municipal effluent as a raw water. So by this method, we can able to reduce the volume of wastewater. First, we'll go to classification of waste. As I mentioned earlier, in industrial wastewater treatment, you are going to get water from different sources, like washing of raw materials, washing of floors, washing of equipments, and at the end, where you're going to wash the end product in some case. So, if you're going to classify the waste, collect separately. For example, a flooring, washing of flooring waste is containing only some of the inorganic substance that water can be used for the cooling purpose. Or we can use that water for gardening. So that the amount of water is going to treat is going to be reduced. That's why we are going to classify the water from where it is going to originate. That means you are going to separate the wastewater as a source. It is separate the cooling towers, cooling water, separate the process water themselves. That is polluted, treat, and uncontaminated directly disposed without any treatment. It is going to burden the treatment plant. In that way, you're going to classify the waste. The waste from the manufacturing process, water used as a coolant agent in industrial process, waste can be sanitary uses. In many industries, they're going to classify at the beginning, collect it separately. It will be useful for different types of treatment also. And if the water collecting from the washing of raw materials, some cases contain inorganic materials, it can directly go for sedimentation tank. So clear water, this can be used for some other purpose. Okay. Second method, conservation of water. Industry changes from an Open or closed system, recycle. Savings are twofold. That is, both water cost and waste treatment cost. For example, a paper mill which recycle white water, that is water passing through the wise screen upon which it is formed, thus reduce the volume of wastewater it uses in practicing the water conservation. In steel mill uses reuse coating water to quench ingots, and coal process reuse water to remove dirt and other non-combustible materials from the coal. That is, washing of coal and other materials, it can be used for some other purpose. The wastewater also used for go for recycling. So in this way, we can able to conserve the some of the wastewater. And third method, changes in the production to decrease the waste. Reduce waste include improve the process control, improve the equipment design, use of different or better quality of raw materials, good house, keeping and preventive maintenance. For example, if we consider sugarcane industry process, where we can able to modify the equipment which use less amount of water. And in iron ore steel industry and as well as in paper industry, because it required more amount of water, where we can able to conserve water by modifying the equipments or modifying the process or modifying the design, etc. The engineer can point out the reduction of in the amount of sodium sulfate used in plating and other chemical used directly in production have resulted in both reduction of waste and saving money. In this way, we can able to conserve by different methods, different ways. Next method, reusing both industrial and municipal effluent as a raw water supply. This is a practice mainly in the area where water is a scarcity and expensive. Industries and municipalities hesitate to reuse the effluent. Greater usage of water in manufacturing process is for cooling purpose. So if any portion of industrial effluent can be reused, there will be less waste to treat and dispose of. So one of the examples is in cooling towers, cooling equipment, we can use water directly from the washing of floors because the amount of waste we are obtaining is very less. That water can be used for cooling purpose since it is not contaminated. By different ways, we can use that water. Yes, for example, in domestic purpose, where water will be treated and it will be used for garden. In many industries, is having some rich amount of BOD. It can be used in the gardening purpose. where we can able to oxidize the BOD, and the water can also go for gardening purpose. In this way, we can able to reuse some of the industrial effluent or municipal effluent. This can be used in the industrial purpose. One of the example is cooling towers. Okay, these are the methods we can go for reduction in volume. At the beginning only, we are going to segregate, separate different types of waste water is originating from the different process or in operations. Okay, let us discuss some of the MCQs. The substitution of solvent-based paint with water-based paint is example of reduction at the source. That means alternatively we can use at the source, reduce it at the beginning. Dash is one of the techniques of reduction of the volume of wastewater, that is classifying in segregation, reuse and recycle. These are the some of the ways we can able to reduction the volume of wastewater. So generally present criteria is on 4 R's. As given in the solid waste or in industrial wastewater, the, the order of waste minimization should be reduce, reuse, recycle, recover. That means at the beginning only you are going to reduce the waste. Some case reuse it. Some case you treat and recycle, and you're going to recover some of the end byproduct. It will be value added product. Okay, so the order will be reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. The ultimate goal of waste minimization should be zero discharge. It is whatever water we are going to get, it will be reuse, recycle, and should not dispose as an effluent, as a wastewater. We can treat and use for some of the other processes, like flushing of toilets is other one of the example. Or treat cleaning the floors, or go for gardening, etc. The use of cooling water again for the same purpose is example for reuse. You will going to reuse the wastewater originating from different process. Okay, thank you.